How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my unfortunate Nationals video. Not the way I would have hoped it would be, but not as bad given the circumstances. So what I want to do in this video is spend a few minutes just talking through my very short Nationals experience and what happened before that led to it being unfortunate. And then show you the deck list. If you don't care about what happened before, make sure you just jump to the timestamp. It's going to be in the video itself. So just a quick recap of what happened before Nationals. If you guys don't know yet, I was the previous national champion in my country last year. And this year, obviously, I wanted to go back-to-back. I had a good year competitively. A regional top, a regional win, an OTS championship win, which was all very, very good for me. In the span of like 6 months, that was pretty solid. A lot of locals wins and stuff. So I was feeling really good competitively over the year. And I wanted to bring on the gas to this year. But unfortunately, last week, I met with a couple of friends. Then over the weekend, I got sick. Eventually, it was just a very, very bad flu. And I had fever and stuff like that. And I was really hoping I'd be well. The Nationals was on Thursday, which is not conventional. Just like my country doesn't have public transport on weekends. So, yeah, we had Nationals on Thursday. So Thursday comes, and I am feeling a bit better. And I'm like, yeah, let's try to go. But on the way there, I realized that it's like a 30-minute drive, but I realized that I'm not feeling super well. I get to the venue. It's like a really hot day outside as well. It's like summer. I go into the venue, and it's not going to be it's like a 2-day event. It's like 7 rounds, and then top cut the day after. But I get there, and I'm feeling like the fatigue. I haven't left the house in like 4 days. I was sick. I had fever. So I'm really, really fatigued and exhausted going into the tournament. Obviously, couldn't really prepare the 3 days prior to the tournament. So again, very, very unfortunate circumstances. And I really wanted to go home like there and then. I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not going to hold up for 7 rounds. It's not going to be like my best. My friends did convince me to just like play it out 1 round and see how I feel. That round was honestly some of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh! I've ever played. I played against Horse Stun, which was also like not a good start to the morning. I lose the game 1. He had like skill drain and Horus and Inspector Border, and there could be only one, so I couldn't push for game. Game 2, I win, and I can actually win the game. So game 1, I activate Brand Fusion under there can be only one when I have Albaz on the board, so I can't summon any more dragons. He calls the judge. I get a P minor warning. I just wasn't concentrated at all. I mean, I couldn't keep focus just because of my health. And then game 2, like what won me the game, that I summoned an Inspector Border from his graveyard to my field with Sanctifier, but I didn't realize, I never knew that it cannot be special summoned unless you control no other monsters. So calls the judge again. I get a game loss. And basically that's it. I'm calling it. I can't play like this. I mean, getting 2 warnings in 1 match. And it was really hard for me to speak to my opponent because just like my throat and stuff. Not ideal. Not fun and not ideal. So I decided to cut it there. No Nationals this year for me. But regardless, I think it was fine. I mean, I'm a little bit bummed, but I had like a few days to prepare for that because I realized it's probably not going to happen this year. But it's okay. We'll continue making content. And before I go into the deck list, shout out to my team. Shout out to Uri Diaz, who helped me all out with the deck. Metagames GX for supporting me. Raul and Nightfall, of course, all helped me greatly with the deck. And I wish all of them good luck in their Nationals. And yeah, enjoy the deck. Thank you so much for the support. Sorry I couldn't bring it home once again this year, but I hope I'll keep making you guys proud in other stuff as well. So enjoy the deck. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm not going to take a ton of time on the deck, just like the important stuff. I think the deck list was very good. I was feeling good about it. Unfortunately, I couldn't test for like the the 4 days coming up to the tournament. So I couldn't really validate a lot of my hypotheses with the deck, but I felt it was good. I felt like I could pilot it really well. 50 cards. Shout out to Sleeve Chief for all the gear, for the nice sleeves, the double sleeve. You guys always ask me, so this is what I use. And yeah, I'll split it in half because it's a big deck now. Standard 3. I went back to 3 Aluber because I just felt like it wasn't consistent enough. Like I wanted more normal summons, and I do play Allure of Darkness, so opening more darks isn't that bad. So this is why I played it. 3, 3, 3, 3. We play 3 because of a special reason, a tech choice that I made in the main deck. So it's important to play 3 there. 2 Quem, 2 Mercurier because we play Allure. And then 1 and 1. These are still fine. 1 Tragedy, 1 Kit, and 1 Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. Pretty standard, like 2 Mercurier because of Allure. Nothing much here. Kit is really important. Don't cut this card because you should be searching this off of your first brand lost and then saving your Mercurier for the second one. That way you can recycle your branded retribution, set it to your field on your turn still. That way you just get more cards in circulation and more interruptions. So go for Kit for the first search. This is what I learned recently. 3 Fusion, 3 Opening, 3 Duplication, and 3 Allure of Darkness. I really wasn't feeling Allure at the beginning, but eventually I think that I realized that you don't need a ton of board breakers in the main. You just need like a good enough amount, and it's important that you can break boards with things like Thrust and Talents and Droplet. So this is why we have the Allure. Usually it goes to the side in siding, but I was fine playing this. I wasn't 100,000% like into it, even in the tournament, like going up to the tournament when I was feeling well. But I think it was a good choice. 3 Thrust and 3 Droplet. I did test the 3 Dark Ruler that Pack recommended me to play. It was also good, but I think Droplet, being able to just like activate outside of the main phase, things like Calamity Lock, things like Sanctifier, it's a little bit more versatile and also helps you dodge things like Imperm and such. So it was just more versatile. Dark Ruler is in the side though. And then 2 Talents and 1 red, 1 High Spirits. You just want to search this off of Aluber if you want to play around. You don't need to open it all the time because you don't play that much dragons anymore. Sark, only Sark, and not Foolish. Foolish is usually just a little bit too bricky in this deck. It could be, it's just like win more a little bit in a lot of situations, so we decided to just play Gold Sark because it's a pure, like, banishing Mercurier is basically like activating High Spirits for free. It searches every Albaz card, and it's much, much more important to get to that, and Foolish doesn't really do anything besides, like, things that you can already do. It sends a Saronir, your Albions can do that. It sends a Tragedy, you already have so many starters. So this is why we played only one call by. And then the spice-ish was 3 Fusion Duplication in the main, 1 Retribution. The reason behind this, you saw it first, I think, in Yuri's list, or it was one of the lists, but Nightfall has talked to me about this a while ago, and I wanted to test it, and I absolutely loved it because it just guarantees you never lose to Ash, because you have this more often than not. This is why we also play, of course, it's super important to play the 3 Albion, because every time you have this and this, you will resolve Branded Fusion, and this cannot get ashed. So I think it was a really, really good tech choice. Again, didn't pan out, but in testing, it did pan out a lot because it helps you Puppet Lock so much easier, because you can have a full board setup, and then you just go for this, you dump Puppet, you make Lubellion, and then that Lubellion can make a Sanctifier. It's so free. You don't get the protection from Lost, but you can just do it in the draw phase, and that's it. It was super good in testing, and I'm really happy it made it into the list. So this was the main 40 cards. Extra deck is very, very standard. Nothing important to see here. 2 Albion, 2 Granguignol, 2 Mirror Jade, 1 Ash, 1 Brinbrom, 1 Lubellion, 1 Sanctifier, 1 Alba Lenidus. We do play 1 Masquerade in the side because it's a Nationals. one Furious, one Stepelia, which we almost cut, but I think it's worth keeping here. Queritus and Guardian Chimera. This was the extra deck. And for the side deck, which I think was pretty solid, it's 3 Dark Ruler No More, 3 Evenly Matched. Board Breakers are good. These cards, seeing them, you just need to like negate the board, play through it, puppet lock. That is the game plan. If you go first, you win. If you go second, you clear out whatever you have. You don't need to have a battle phase with this card. Like, it doesn't matter. You just clean out as much as possible. You can also do a lot of fake outs. Like against Snake Eye, it's always what I do. I just go end of main. Even if I just have this, like especially if you have this end of main, they will 99% if they don't have Zelantis on board, they will summon the IP and make an SP to dodge, and then you just Dark Ruler their entire board. 95% of the time, and even if your opponent knows what I just said, they still can't take the chance. That's the nice part about it. So it was 3 of these, 3 of this, and then 1 Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Herald of the Abyss for the thrust. This was my shout out to Raul for this. Black Goat Laughs, very good against Snake Eyes and Tenpai. Like, you can call Ash, of course, but you can also call Princess, Flamberge, whatever you need with this you call. But against Tenpai, it's much, much easier, because if they hand trap you, and they have a lot of hand traps, then you search this with Thrust, set it, and then you can just call Tenpai Dragon Chandra, and they cannot synchro, and you can just stop their plays from there. Like, you can deal with like your board with whatever they have. It doesn't really matter. So this was my the thing. This was good. Needs a hollow print, right? It probably will get it. This came up in my 1 game against Stun, just negating the skill drain and the Tickaboo and like a lot of other stuff. I did that. Puppet lock, eventually it didn't matter, but this is a must include in my opinion. And then Shaddoll Dragon, we don't have like cosmics and stuff, so this is your way to out a skill drain, and you will see a lot of it. 1 Magnamut because it's a Magnamut, and then 1 Masquerade. So yeah, I wish I could have actually played this deck. I think it's extremely well built. I think it was a very good choice. I obviously know how to play this deck very good, but it didn't pan out this year. So I hope you at least take away something from that. Make sure to leave a like, comment below. This weekend we're going to be streaming Nationals, hopefully. Just doing a watch party just to enjoy Nationals a bit. And yeah, on to the next. More awesome videos. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Love you. See ya. Bye.